King&story podcast. Big Tom, special guest Pauly. Let's go.
How's it going, man? King&story podcast. Thank you again for the viewers out there, that faithful viewers, subscribers, all our Instagram. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate all the love and support. Like you said, this is a positive podcast, shining light, majority on the OGs, and eventually get to the newer generation lowriding now. But we want to kick down that history that that was there and that is there back then. We want it to be heard now. So we got some good content coming, you guys, and make sure you guys tune in. We got some other people coming on as crazy as Pauly. So my guest here today, introduce yourself, brother.
Tom Jimenez from Hayward, California.
One of the hopping entrepreneurs, legends in the game, was hopping and dancing cars before I was even born. So we're going to get a little bit of history scoop today, man. So let's get the ball rolling, man. You say you're from Hayward, right?
Yep.
Nice. What was your first lowrider you ever seen back in the day? What introduced you to lowriding, man?
My cousin was the president of the original Nightlife Car Club.
Nice.
Frank Carl. He had a 73 Monte Carlo all flaked out, lifted. You know, going to his wedding back in '76, they had the whole lineup, custom cars. And ever since then, I've been hooked.
What car was it did he have that caught your eye back then, man?
He had a 73 Monte Carlo.
73 Monte Carlo?
Yeah.
Man, did you do any modifications to it? Or it was just...
It was all custom painted, all flaked out, patterned. True spokes at the time.
Yeah.
Lifted front and back. That's all they had back then.
Front and back?
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty cool, man. I've noticed a lot of people, you say T&W, Tom, T&W. What is T&W, man?
The T is for me, for Tommy, but the W was for my buddy Wally. We were real close, became good friends. He was president of Midnight Sensations Car Club. I was a member of that for a few years, and we used to come out here to San Jose and battle it out with local clubs like the Salon Imperials.
Damn.
So Wally passed on, rest in peace, back in 96.
96. Nice. Rest in peace, Wally, man. That's some good history right here. How old were you when you first started getting into the hydraulic scene, hopping and dancing and sort of doing your own thing?
Well, just cruising, I started when I was 14. I looked older, so I hung out with older people, 18, 19.
Yep.
I remember coming to Andy's shop back when he was by Barris Flea Market. My friend getting his car lifted front and back for $900.
Who's Andy?
Andy's Hydraulics, largest manufacturer of hydraulics.
Andy Douglas, right?
Yep, Andy Douglas.
He had a shop in, you said Berryessa?
Yeah, off Barris over there.
I heard he had a shop too, like on the boulevard too, a King Road or Story Road or something like
right there on King.
Dang.
Yeah, went there too.
Went there too?
Yeah.
Man,
Andy was a very nice guy, very good businessman.
It was back in the days.
Yeah.
Treating
people right.
Yeah. That's crazy to say you got some lifts done from Andy's Hydraulics and stuff back in the days. Mm-hmm. Were you ever around cruising like the King&story era? You know, like you said, with the hydraulics, since you're young, 14 years old, you said you got your setup from Andy. Were you ever out there cruising and dancing a lot?
I was out there cruising 83, 82 with my 62, cruising at 4 pumps.
Damn.
Driving everywhere from San Francisco to San Jose, back and forth. I had an 85 Cutlass, got a brand new in 85, 86. I said I'd keep it a year. Cut it a year later, went 4 pumps, 10 batteries, and I was out on the boulevard in San Jose cruising, getting tickets, losing my license. Yeah.
So you had an 85 Cutlass in 86.
Juiced, 4 pumps.
Damn. I've heard a story too. They were saying about Andy, or one of maybe the Blanco brothers. They had a 77 Regal in 77 right out the lot.
Wow.
Black cross slate Zeniths, real Zeniths, crazy pumps on the boulevard. That's crazy to hear something like that.
Yeah.
Man, that's nuts. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. What setups did you guys have back in your cars? And, 14, 15 years old, 16 years old. What kind of setups did you guys? What was a hot commodity back then?
What the hot thing is when side to side came in, because front to back was kind of played out. Everybody had it, and then side to side came in. So that's when people, reinvesting into their cars, into their hydraulics, trying different things. Then three-wheeling came out of that back in the day. So.
Damn. That's pretty cool, man, to hear that. How was that? How did you cross over to the dancing and into that scene, or did it start by after T&W, before T&W, or when did T&W come? I mean, it's like a two-sided question.
T&W came about in '89.
Okay.
1989, me and my buddy Wally started a shop. I was still working full-time job, 9 to 5, and that's how we started the shop. We went on for a few years, but it was hard to keep a regular job in a shop. So
Right.
we went back to the garage and did things that way. But the car dance scene for me came in when I started seeing Raul Gomez from down south dancing his El Camino. And that got me turned on to it. You know, and I wanted to do that. And then local people here in San Jose were starting a car dance. Guy by the name of Rio from the Salon Imperials with the Regal. You know, that was a goal to go against him. We built a white Regal to go against him. And then later on we built Blackjack and so on and so on. 65 Impala, 66 Impalas.
Yeah. What is Blackjack? You mentioned Blackjack.
Blackjack was a 63 Impala that was owned by a friend of mine named Alberto Gomez. And he came to me about lifting it when he was about 18 years old. And so we lifted it and then got into more of the competition, upgrading the system and reinforcing the frame. We started, doing the front and back, a little bit of reinforcement. And then later on we found out as where you stop, that's where your problem starts. So you got to do a full frame. And so we started moving on with that, coming to San Jose every weekend, driving it because we didn't have no trailers back then. So,
how many pumps and dumps and batteries were on that thing?
That was a 4-pump. Started out with 10 batteries, eventually went to 12. And but back then, it was a lot different equipment. We had Fender Stone pump heads, and sometimes we just had like 800 cranking amp batteries. We didn't have the bigger batteries.
And you guys were able to dance and hop on all that stuff.
Yeah.
Man, you got guys out here that have all these Odyssey batteries that can't even hit back bumper. And you guys are killing it back in the days with Fender Stones and 850 batteries. That's crazy, man. That's cool, man. So you say you started off T&W in 89 in the mid 90s. So you're coming out there, you did the Blackjack and all that. I've noticed that you were going to a lot of these hop competitions, states and different cities and different towns. How was that, man, growing up?
Oh, that was fun. Get the friends together. And our first show was actually in San Diego. We went to San Diego with the car dancer, and once we went there, we were hooked. Pauly was with me at my side, and a few other close friends, and one of them was King Cuddy back when he was younger, before he had a Cuddy, and he used to travel with us to Vegas and stuff like that. So it worked out real good, fun.
Yeah, I heard that car dancing. Pauly said he was at the shows dancing. Is that true, Pauly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He won the best car dancer, and you won the best hot body dancing.
Right.
Man.
No, I was like, he'd be dancing in the car, and sometimes he'll keep going, so I'll be yelling from the side like a coach. Hey, do this, around the world. And we used to make jokes. Remember that Cabbage Patch dance?
Yeah.
And I would go around the world.
Just imagine this guy all serious around people, Pauly doing this and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
On the sidelines.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. Who were you guys hopping against? Because I remember back in the days where people out here, Del Toro broke the world record, T&W broke the world record, and the world record. I'm young, I'm like, man, what world record? Everyone, the whole world, he's like hot shit. Like, tell us about that, man. The experience about all those records and stuff you guys broke, and what was your first record you ever broke?
Well, going to LA one time with the Hopper, it was like we got there to the Coliseum, and my friend that was supposed to hit the switch, not the owner of the car, he felt overwhelmed because you're there in the LA Sports Arena, big Coliseum, and so he backed out of hitting the switch, told the owner, it's time for you to learn.
Yeah.
He never hopped before. He went out there, he pulled the second place next to Indio on the Reds team at that time.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty good. But there was other people there, Leap and Lonnie and stuff like that. But back then, you could have the baddest car in the world record car, and go out there and tap out.
Yeah, and you lose.
Yeah, that's the end of your day.
Yeah.
Ain't like, I'm going to run back, fix it, I'll be back. No, you blew it.
Yeah.
Guys drive, from Florida to LA and didn't get their chance.
Dang, the world records, man. Like I said, again, that very first record you ever broke, when, who, what, where, when, why?
Well, not necessarily records. We got recognition.
Recognition?
Yeah, going places like when we started out, like I said, San Diego, we went to Vegas, we would go to Arizona, and people all, where are you from? I go, Hayward.
Yeah.
Where's that? And you go, oh, it's by San Jose, between San Jose and Oakland. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
You know, but we always had to throw those key points. You know, Hayward was a little city. And then you come all the way out here for this? Yeah.
Yeah.
We rode, you know, 300, 400, 500 miles, 600 miles.
Oh, wow.
One way.
Right. To hop your car for what, 2, 3 more 4
90
minutes?
seconds. 90 seconds
of
in
fame.
advance.
And people nowadays can't even bring their cars out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Who'd you guys hop against back in the days when you were mentioning a while ago that it was teams against teams and shops against shops? Like, what other shops that gave you run for your money, or what other teams that you beat?
We always hopped against like Del Toro. He's local. You know, you win some, you lose some, but that's all part of the game. You know,
Right.
you just come back the next week or 2 weeks later. You know, meet up again somewhere.
Right.
But you know, some of the funnest times were in the beginning when we'd come to San Jose, and at the time, Aslan Imperials had a intimidating aura around them.
Yeah.
But you know, they had the cars that were hot.
That backed them up.
Yep, backed it up what they had, and so we'd come out and we challenge them and battle it out, and afterwards got to know guys real good,
Yeah.
became good friends. You know, the intimidating factor wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, that people
Thought it was. Or
Thought it
seen
was, yeah.
And stuff like that.
You know, we were always greeted with open arms. Manuel was great. Pee-wee back in the day.
Danny
Yeah.
Torres.
Danny Torres too from Jimenez.
Jimenez.
You know, he was a strong competitor back in the day.
Damn.
I think at the shows, the most competition would be J&J's Hydraulics,
What's that? Where's that? Who's the?
Lugos.
Lugo Brothers, which is Augie and Raul Gomez. Later on, moved on to Pro Hopper.
Pro Hopper?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that till right now.
Yeah.
Wow, some history right there, man. Anybody outside of the Bay Area that you guys hop? That, like, I hear a lot of people say Reds and Indio. You know, rest in peace. I've heard. You know his sons, and you guys do
Right.
business with a lot of his sons and his family. How was that hopping against him or with him or around him back in the day?
You know, going against him, you know, you knew you're second or third.
Yeah, he was always
You know,
first, man.
Yeah, he beat everybody by 15 inches.
Yeah.
You know, so you were always going for, okay, I'm going to go against Bill. We're going to tie it out for second or third,
Yeah.
you know. But once we got involved with Reds and got on the team, you know, we got to see the behind the scenes, how it really was. You know, some of us thought, oh, man, Reds is always on top. You know, they're ready for the next show,
Yeah.
you know, a week or two ahead of time. You know, you get there, they were struggling just like us,
Yeah.
night before or early in the morning,
Oh, shit.
getting cars ready.
Yeah.
You know, shit happens at the last minute.
Yeah, he always does.
Yeah.
Those are the funnest times, the last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. You make or break you or the car.
Exactly.
You
Right.
create the best memories.
Right.
You know, there was even rumors at the time. Oh man, they got 2 7-Ups, 3 Jokers. You know.
Yeah, because back in the days, it was the cars' names, right?
Yeah.
Jokers and 7-Ups. And like I was telling earlier, I was able to work on 7-Up for you guys to hop them. Did you ever hop 7-Up?
Oh, yeah.
You said you were Team Reds. When did that Team Reds come into play? Because T&W, right? You guys had your own
Yeah.
hydraulic shop.
I had a friend that was on there, Ben Centeno, that was part of the Reds team, and he pulled us on. Ben was part of Aslan Imperials also, so that was part of the
Yeah, Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
But before it was
Named
Pikachu, yeah,
Yeah.
Pauly named it.
Pikachu?
Yeah.
That was a green too,
It was
right?
green.
No,
before
yellow, but they painted it yellow.
Yeah, when they painted yellow, it turned Pikachu.
That's funny. I seen that guy in the video. He flipped it over one time.
Yeah.
Back in the days, they said someone. I heard a rumor. Maybe you guys can clear this up for me. Someone flipped over a car in King and Story. Is that true? Someone hopped a car or something like that. Is that true?
That one, I don't
You know,
think.
because I heard a story. Someone said that they.
There was a story about we had came out Midnight Sensations to go against Aslan Imperials. We caught them on the street because back then there was no internet. You can't say, "Oh, Aslan Imperials is posted up over here on Story and King," or
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
posted on Santa Clara. You had to go out there and hunt people down.
Oh shoot!
You know, we drive over to Story, we drive to Tacos on King, we go downtown to Santa Clara, and then oh shit, there they go.
Yeah.
You know, you flip a bitch and battle it out. And there was an instance one time going against Rio, my friend Pauly with the 66, battling out. Everybody's out their cars. Each club probably had at least 15, 20 members.
Oh wow!
Everybody's flashing their plaques, Midnight Sensations, Aslan Imperials,
Yeah.
cheering everybody on. One cop pulls up, but he didn't get out. And he ended up calling for backup. He called for like 9, 10 cops came.
Oh.
So when the dust cleared and everybody was cool, the cops thought there was a riot going on.
Oh wow!
And they thought this car was flipping over.
Yeah.
And it actually was Pauly 66 dancing and three wheeling side to side.
Oh, wow.
And so they thought he was being tipped over.
And that happened somewhere on King and Story?
Right on Santa Clara by the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that's great. You guys blocked the streets off and everything?
Yeah.
They were relieved to find out it was two car clubs battling each other, the two gangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. So then that's what comes an intimidating factor. You got your crew's deep, their crew's deep, and of course, obviously,
It wasn't about being who's more aggressive, more fighting. It was all about the cars.
cars. Then that's what, like you said, it came up to is that image, right?
Yeah.
But when you guys got there, you hopped, and next, oh man, that guy's funny. He let me this and that, right? So,
Yeah, there was times that I was out there in another car I built, the '64, and we're on Santa Clara. We're hopping against manual, and radiator messed up. Oh, come on to my homeboy's house. We go over there. We go to Pee Wee's house, who had gangster lean at the time, turned into cold steel.
Cold steel, yeah.
Pulls the radiator out the car, gives it to. All right, man, I'll bring it back tomorrow morning. No, just keep it.
Yeah.
There was other times with dumps. Alan Stevens.
Yeah.
I needed to dump at a show. Here, man, I got a brand new one. Boom.
That's how it should be. Yeah. He's bringing out a ride too pretty soon.
Yeah.
Clean, man.
Yep.
Clean. That's crazy, man, to hear the stories about how you guys were back in the days and to all that. Is there anything you miss about the dancing phase of everything? Because now you got a son now. He's into hopping and all. He's from Hop Shop Hayward,
Right.
And he's into hopping. He's actually one of the record holders out here, like you said, breaking world records. He's holding the record of the highest Chevy out here, and that's much props to that team. How do you miss anything about those back in the days to now?
The car dancing I really miss. I plan on bringing another one out, hopefully at the next King of the Streets in August here in San Jose.
Oh man!
But
I
for
thought
my
it was
son,
top secret.
yeah.
You guys get that? Oh my God!
No pictures. No pictures.
No pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's another thing with the internet now. There's no sense of surprise.
Yeah.
Kenny's got this link in, and he's coming out with this, blah, blah. You got pictures of your setup.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like, oh, man, Kenny's coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then you arrive at a show. Oh, shit. I should have spent more time in the garage.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times like that with rumors, kick my own self in the ass. I beat myself. You're always the baddest one in your own driveway.
Yeah.
And there was times, Bill's doing this, Bill's doing that. You get caught up in the rumor, and you outdo yourself on your car.
Yes, I was going to get to that.
And you go out there and you kick yourself in the ass.
For no reason.
Yep.
Yeah,
Should have
but
left
that
the car the
was
way
the
it
whole
was.
anticipation of it.
Yep.
That's the whole.
But that was
getting in your
part of
head.
it. Part of the competition.
You notice homeboy Alan Stevens, he had a Regal back in the day.
Yeah, car dancer.
Did you ever hop against him?
We danced.
Uh-huh.
As we talked about it a few weeks ago, me and him, he remembers that I beat him one time. He beat me one time, and we tied one time.
It's kind of hard to youngster to beat the OG, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man.
But we were all youngsters back then.
Yeah.
That was back in the day. He had a very nice Regal, all gold flake.
He was saying that he mentioned too, a lot of these youngsters nowadays are scared to get their cars in the rain or dirty, and even Bill and even Ruben was saying too, the last podcast, that people would just beat those cars up on Daytons and candy paint and just, it is what it is. 4 pumps, hella batteries.
Yep.
You guys didn't care. Why was that, man? Why you guys just...
It was just part of the game. And, at the time, we worked hard for our money, but it was still like, you're trying to outdo the next guy.
Yeah.
I've seen Bill out there, beautiful cars, dancing them, tearing them up. Same with us. And even Tomas from Salon Imperials back in the day, he's now in Paulus.
Yeah.
Dancing in the middle of the Oakland Coliseum. Dancing as Regal, brand new Daytons, broken ball joint. You're still going.
Yeah.
Later on when you get home, I'm sure you're going, oh, damn. But it was fun.
Yeah. But also, too, back in the days, I mean, Daytons and, let's relate more on that. Daytons probably were how much back in the days, you think?
Well, back then you could get Daytons for about $1,100 to $1,200 for chrome.
Yeah.
And gold was 4-time golds were $2,200, $2,300.
Nowadays, you can't even touch a knockoff with that price.
Yeah.
And we were mentioning that too, like how it evolved from now to then to now. It's like a set of Daytons, that's like $5,000, right?
Well, I got to say that the old school Daytons back in the day, I did a Blazer back in 95.
Uh-huh.
Danced with them. The guy that owned Blackjack, Alberto Gomez, ended up purchasing the green Blazer. So we had 2 dancers.
Right.
Put those gold Daytons onto Blackjack.
Yeah.
We danced it. And then later on, after some years, he sold those to another friend of mine, Lalo Garcia, who passed away recently. They were on his LTD that he used to dance. Those rims are still going in the pit right now. They're on Chad's car.
Bloodbath.
Bloodbath.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the same Daytons that were on the Green Blazer and Blackjack.
No
and
way.
LTD.
Bloodbath's the one with the big old motor hanging out of the
Right, that's hopping.
going
60
out.
inches or whatever.
Heavy car too, hopping it. Man,
Those are still the original Daytons from back in 95,
Really?
96.
Dang, man, that's crazy. They don't make them how they used to.
No,
That's what we're talking about, squares, and a lot of these youngsters and stuff don't know about what a square is or what's this and what's this, and it's like it gets an OG like you to explain it to them. I overheard you guys having a conversation earlier how you guys were cutting A-arms and stuff like that back in the days because when you dance and hop, you had to modify stuff and you just did stuff off the top of your head. Yeah. Now they got videos and stuff where you could do it. How was it modifying suspension and stuff back in the day? It seemed pretty dangerous to me, if you ask.
Well, back then, what we had to rely on is, we saw this at a show, whether you saw it physically on there or you seen it in a magazine.
Yeah.
You couldn't do YouTube or Google it. Nothing like that.
Damn.
So you had to kind of wing it.
Yeah.
You were saying how we could do that to cars and stuff back then.
Yeah.
Like G bodies were throwaways. You know what I mean? We were getting them for like $200-300.
Yeah.
So we would just smash them up and throw it away.
Yeah.
Go get another one. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
And Paula's were like maybe $4,000, $5,000. You know what I mean?
That's nuts.
But now look at the price for it. Even G bodies will go like for 20 racks now.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I think people are scared to do anything because the car's worth nowadays. But you guys are throwing those away like rag dolls back in the days.
Well, I still got the 82 Regal that I got back in the day from Pauly's brother for $100 with a rod knot.
Damn.
Put a motor in it, painted it. We called it the cheese.
The cheese.
He named it.
The cheese.
Yeah.
So Pauly's been naming everyone's cars, man.
Yeah.
Why do you guys name cars? Like, what's up with that? Because I named my car Taco Money, and it's the same thing. Everyone's, man, you make tacos. Why do you get? I seen OGs do that. Why do you guys name your guys' cars, or what makes you guys name them?
For me, I don't know. I think I caught it from guys in LA. You know, nicknames, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you just come up with the name.
Nice. Was it always
try and personalize it?
Yeah, personalize it, and then through time you make, like he was telling me some stories about, that guy's this car, and then you make fun. That's his nickname now too, right?
Yeah.
So, did you guys ever hop? Was there any major competition since you guys are real good with Reds? Was there any major competition because it was a Bay Area against LA, or was there any competition outside of them that had you guys run for your money, or was just always it is what it is?
Back in the day when I was on the Reds team, it was more going against high-low.
High-low.
Yeah, Reds came on top most of the time.
Yeah.
And but that was the major competitor for Reds.
Where was High-low out of?
They were out of Gardena at the time. Now they're now out of Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
And even I think Dave lives in Sacramento, right?
Dave Marquez.
Yeah, Marquez.
Dave's always been a resident of Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Mondo was the
Texas.
Yeah, he's in Texas.
That guy, man.
He's the main guy from Hilo.
He'd be smoking a cigarette and I'd dance in cars and the ash would be all that long, right? And I even seen like videos too of Ben, they're smoking cigarettes and the ash is like that long. And I'm like, damn, what are these guys doing?
What a lot of people don't realize with Mondo is that he was a bed dancer at one time. He was the first one I saw with bed dancing.
Oh, wow.
At Stockton Car Show, he came down.
What year was that? You remember?
It was like 80s. Yeah, it was like 87, probably 86.
Oh, wow.
And he came down and he had a 7-stage rack. And I remember seeing that thing come down. I go, oh shit, he dropped his bed. And then all of a sudden that thing went up like a slinky.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's tight.
Yeah. How was it? What was any kind of dancer or hopper that gave you a run for your money? Like, man, fuck this car. I'm tired of this car. What car was that, man? There's some cars that are like bad stepchilds, man. They don't want to work.
With car dancing, it was always the one that gave me a hard time was a guy named Clayton's Regal, 86 Regal. It took a long time to get that one to work. It was like jinxed.
Yeah.
It was like slep rock. And towards the end, it was hitting. We'd bring it out here to San Jose, compete out here, dance on the streets. Took it around.
Nice.
Took it to Arizona, and there was times that you got to the show and it just failed.
Yeah. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been there before. So you guys are three-wheeling and dancing cars back in the days? Your buddy's car, you're saying? That's crazy, man. How was it? We mentioned Indio and all those guys. Is there any fond memories you have of dancing and hopping back in the days?
Back in the days, with us, we joke around a lot.
Yeah.
Around the shop, working out of the garage. For instance, one time Indio, the Reds team was down for the San Francisco show. I'm there working on a dancer, Regal. And so worked all night, they came by in the morning. All right, we'll see you at the show. They picked up their 3-car trailer from the house. And so then I'm working on this Regal and I'm crunch time. And also, I can't find the damn cylinder. I'm missing the back cylinder for the Dancer.
Yeah.
And looking all over the shop for it. Took a while, finally found it. And so then I get to the show stressed out, and I end up wiring the car wrong. So the car blew up real quick.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, what happened, man? I was stressed for time, this and that, up all night. I couldn't find the cylinder. And he was all, Chad didn't tell you where the cylinder was? I hid it in the ice chest.
Oh, the ice chest. Oh.
And that's where I found it. It was hella cold when I pulled it out. But yeah, we joked around. He goes, Chad was supposed to tell you. I go, Chad went to the show way before. He didn't tell me. He never told me.
All that for nothing.
Yeah.
That's funny. How is it when you work with Indio, growing up, hopping with them, and now working with his sons and knowing his sons and, seeing, like you said, the next generation?
Oh, man, I'm proud of all of them.
Yeah.
They're all doing great.
Uh-huh.
In their own. They're all involved in the industry, whether it's low riding or diesel mechanics.
Well respected.
Yeah. They're all respected in their field.
Yeah.
They have the same heart as Indio did.
Yeah.
In other words, we're all family. We all
Right.
consider ourselves family.
Right.
You know?
I never was able to meet Indio. I always talked about him. My dad met him a long time when they would go out there to the LA shows and all that.
Yeah.
Hear all kinds of rumors. They did this and this. My dad, it was always a rumor, right?
Right.
That Reds did this, and I always wanted to meet that guy. And then, like I said, I met his sons, and it was a good image of him, like how he was a hop and the single pump champion, and that's pretty cool. And then to fall back as well as your son, he has a shop now, and you guys started the T&W, and now you work with your son and all that. How is it, low riding with your son and being out there and seeing him hop as well and breaking world records and doing a lot of grunt work himself?
I'm proud of him and what he's accomplished.
Yeah.
And he's got the same attitude as, not being afraid to go to where the competition's at.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Going up there, you got to start off somewhere. Him and Tino, were challenged, and they took a ride in the middle of the night, 8 o'clock at night. They're leaving the shop to go over to Lancaster, Palmdale.
Gino was telling me about that, man.
Yeah, they go out there and do their stuff and drive right back home.
Yeah.
People don't do that.
Does it remind you of your old self, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys used to go to different cities, and I'm going to hop these guys.
Yep.
As that probably brought a good smile to your face. Seeing that your son going out there, it's pretty cool. Yeah, he's always shown me love and respect. And if you guys don't know his Hop Shop Hayward, man, he's out there in Hayward doing the thing and hopping and doing streetcars. A really successful business he's doing right now.
Yeah, he's doing real well.
And it makes fun of me. Like, you go to his shop, I talk more to his dad, but you got a good connection. He always makes fun of me, with him and his dad joking around. So it's a good feeling knowing that, there's respect there with each other and seeing him, because I used to remember him, like, when he was younger at RNS Hydraulics, when we were building our first hopper, he'd come out with the two Mikey, Skinny and Big Mikey, and him, and they'd come and mess with us, and we thought we knew it all, and they'd come show us some tips all respectfully and had a good time. And to see him now, it's like we're same age, right? He's doing it.
Yeah, it's nice to see the next generation, and then there'll be new generations. My granddaughter, she really loves my granddaughter, Natalie.
I seen that.
And she travels around with him to LA, back and forth, Arizona. And, she's out there with Kay from Kay from the Door, McKay. And I've seen her in videos riding in the back seat, happy as can be.
It's the best feeling
riding
ever.
with Tino and to the pit.
Yeah, I seen that. You posted that up, rolling with the homie's daughter, and she's smiling.
Yeah.
And I even seen your son, too. She was hitting the switches. She was serving dudes out there and on New Year's in Bloodbath, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's tripping out. That little girl's hitting the switch.
And she did it in Stockton a couple weeks
Yeah,
too.
I heard about I didn't go. I heard about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Just to see, like you said, your son, your granddaughters and grandsons, everyone out there having a good time. Huh?
Yeah, she'll be coming out with a car in about a year.
Dang, y'all better watch out. These little girls will be serving dudes out here and serving kids. I'm trying to get my daughter more involved, too. And unfortunately, I don't know how to keep cars. So, Daddy, when are we going to get our hopper? So I'll get one, baby. Don't worry about it. That's good, man. That's awesome. Glad to see.
The thing is, you don't have to have a car. Just keep them involved into the scene, going to the shows, watching the competition, and that way they got that dream later. Hey, I want to be in there.
Yeah, I want to be like my dad, or I want to be like that car right there. They're your road dogs.
Yeah.
Your road dog. When your son was little, he was your road dog.
Well, I took him a few places, but like when it came to shop time in the backyard, he mostly looked out the window.
Yeah.
And the reason was because, I'm always worried about harmful chemicals with the welding, the torching, and stuff like that. Not wanting to ruin my kid's health.
Correct.
Now that he's older, he can ruin his own all he wants.
Yeah, that man, we keep saying that man welds chocolates, man.
Yeah.
We make fun of him. He has like toes of steel.
Yeah, and he goes and gets a pedicure and polishes them back up.
We're gonna get him some chocolates. We're gonna candy paint them for him. Me and Paul are gonna give it to him.
Yeah, I keep saying I want to make steel toe fucking chocolate.
Yeah, give it to him.
Some steel toe slides for you.
We're gonna give him the Crocs, like you said, the Croc and he ain't rocking. We're gonna put a steel toe on top of it.
Right?
You know, to hand it to Daniel, though, you know, one time we were coming back, I believe, Bakersfield, and I was dead tired. And
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Pauly's all, let Daniel drive. He's only 15, 16 years old. And I go, dude, you pull in the trailer and this thing. He goes, just let him drive.
I'll stay up with them.
Yeah.
He goes, I got it. Pauly watched him.
Nice.
First time driving, towing.
Yeah. That's probably a good experience. You can remember that forever.
Yeah.
That's cool. And to relay on that, you know, you guys were a part of a team that was from LA area, and then you guys are out here. How is it intertwining that culture, that hop lifestyle, that lowrider lifestyle from LA to the Bay Area? How is that intertwined? Because you get best of both worlds. Because you can go to LA right now and you're welcome to a shop that's well known. Not that many people could do that. I can't walk into a shop.
Well, there's certain shops that I know, you know, personally that I could go to.
Right.
Plus, also through Daniel, because, you know, I'm his gopher guy. I go to LA every couple of weeks, run around, get parts, pick up parts, drop off parts, pick up cars, drop off cars. So, yeah, I do get to know other people. And, you know, they ask, because now I'm more into the bomb scene.
And
the hopping scene.
Bomb.
And so when I go down there, and they always ask me, the famous one from up north is Rudy Munoz.
Yeah.
Royal Cruisers.
Royal Cruisers.
And so then they go, oh, you know Rudy Munoz? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
that's my buddy.
Yeah, so that's an opening the door right there, too. But yeah, a lot of shops out there know me through Daniel and stuff, too.
It's a good feeling, huh? Going out there and seeing different cultures and lifestyle because of one person or your crew, right?
Right.
Because these guys are everywhere. Hop shop, man. They're in different states and cities, winning and hopping. And
Daniel will travel.
Yeah.
You know, they call him out, he'll travel.
Oh, sure will. Yeah, he should get sponsored by Crocs, man. I'm gonna go talk to him. We need that down there, man.
Yeah.
That's good, man. To also as well, you're well known for your green El Camino back in the days.
Yeah, I belonged to a good friend of mine, Bert Moreno. Also did his brother's Alvino's Moreno's Cadillac that we called Tigger. It was a 94 big body.
Let me guess, Pauly gave him that name?
Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah.
How'd you get that name? What's the story about that, man?
It wasn't working at one of the car shows, and I just told him, Tigger lost its bounce.
And it just stuck.
It just stuck.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that's cool.
And the same thing with El Camino. We call it Sherbert. One for the color.
Yeah.
But then the owner's name is Bert.
Yeah.
And he'd come back telling me, I hit these many inches. I go, Sherbert.
Yeah, so it stuck.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I used to see that car at a lot of King of the Streets. You were saying it was on the flyer in 2005 with Sharkside. I seen it out there hopping, and you would always take that El Camino everywhere, man. And we were talking about a minute ago with Sam's Burgers, man. Yeah. Can you tell me more about that? Who started that and what happened and what hop scene? Because that was a big hop scene back then in Fremont.
The one that got that together was Shane Leisure, friend of ours.
He's still around. Shout out Shane.
Yeah.
Enchanted Creations.
And you are welcome on our podcast, even though you're white. We love you, brother.
That's what he always tells us.
Yeah, you're welcomed on our podcast any day.
Yeah, he got it together over there, doing toy drives during the Christmas season. Then he did the Christmas in July, so that way we wouldn't compete with other toy drives and the turkey drives.
Right.
You know, he started getting a lot of things together to help certain family shelters and stuff like that. And it was an opening spot for us to go over there, have our fun, and do our thing. And the guy that actually owned Sam Burgers became a good friend of ours.
Right.
He was a younger guy, and so he welcomed it on, but it made more money for him.
Yeah.
So the nights there's a hop, instead of him making $2,000 a night, he'd make, like $7,000 a night.
Right.
He'd sell out.
Yeah, no, those good burgers there, man. We ate there. Yeah. Any fun memories you have of that place over there?
Oh yeah, there was a time towards the beginning, sheriff came in and started telling everybody they got to go.
Yeah.
You got to get out of here, blah blah blah, and start citing tickets. And Sam came out and he goes, you can't tell them to leave. They're my customers.
Yeah.
He goes, who are you? He goes, I'm the owner. He goes, show me proof you're the owner.
No way.
And so he goes, come in my office.
Yeah, he took him in the office.
Took him to his office, showed his ID, and showed him the paperwork. He goes, I own this place. So the cop kind of changed his attitude and backed up and left.
Yeah, wow. That was always love. Every time we go out there, it's like, man, we could hop over here and not get in trouble. And
it was good that we had his backing.
Yeah.
You know,
I
so
was
it
young when
good.
I went out there. I was always, I mean, I have a big old burger watching these cars hop.
Yep.
Everyone from different cities and different towns would come out there and hop each other.
Yeah, we have people from Team 707 up north,
Yeah.
from down in Bakersfield, you
Yeah.
know, coming to Little Old Sam Burger.
Yeah, we need to bring that back, man.
Yeah.
That'd be good. I don't
Good
know.
times.
Good times out there. How do you feel about the low riding nowadays in the hop game and back in the days to now? Because some say it's washed up, some say it's weight. Like back in the days, you guys had the secret sauce, and you guys, you know, had your little components you guys did. So now where it's just they could just add weight, and now all of a sudden you're the man.
Exactly.
How does that work?
You know, every team back then had their own little, what would you say, secret sauce. You know, everybody has their little niche of what they do. You know, what's the formula to make their car work?
Right.
Why not make
His car work.
Right.
But it'll make our car work.
But so there was a lot more of that. Nowadays, you know, everything's the same.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You know, with Daniel, he's learned to where there's certain things you got to do.
Right.
But if you look at a lot of the competitors out there, they all look the same.
Right.
And it's just weight in the car. And then you don't see that longevity of that car.
Yeah.
You know, that car don't
dwindles
last.
down. That's what we're saying a while back.
You know, they're pretty much have to throw them away after a year,
Yeah.
not even 2 years.
Wow.
For instance, the Green El Camino, we hopped it for over 8-9 years.
Yeah.
You know.
And I never seen that car broken, beat up, nothing.
Well, Daniel tore it up one day. Him and Alvino, we were at a show in Sacramento, and they were on the sticks, and they got the stick caught in the fender.
Oh, man.
So it
Tore up that old fender.
Yeah, luxury
Hey, that's
sport.
why I got a new set of sticks.
Yeah. Thanks, Hop Chop. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thanks, Daniel. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's some good history right there. Now, you know, the low riding to you've been there, done that type deal. You're OG in the game. You've seen all, you know, you put your city and your people on the map for the longest. And now you're saying you got a bomb. You're in the bomb game. How is it driving that 37, man? One thing about me, I love bombs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think we connect, because you got a nice bomb. And do you just enjoy it, or you want to hop it?
You
Like,
know, tell you the truth, it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, go to these different functions and stuff. But when I go to like a lowrider event, it's like nobody knows me.
yeah.
You know, and it's like
The itch.
in the beginning when Daniel started, they go, "Oh, that's Tom's son."
Yeah.
And then it went to, "Oh, that's Daniel's dad."
Yeah.
You know,
So hold on here,
so
yeah.
it's distance to me.
Yeah.
And then there's been other times I've gone to go in a pit and you're not allowed in here. You know, stuff like that.
What do you mean I'm not allowed to know? You know who I am? Yeah. I get it. And then,
So it's a little bit different. That's why I want to come out with the car dancer and kind of influence people to do it. Car dancing is very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just rebuilding one pump or two pump. You're having to do 4 pumps each time.
Wow.
And so, you know, it's costly. You know, back in the day when we were doing it with Bill and Manuel and everybody always thought, "Oh man, these guys are sponsored. There's, you know, this and that. They got a ton of money." No, we did it ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, and something messed up, whether it was your armature, you had to figure out, why am I burning armatures?
Right.
You know, why am I blowing pump heads?
Right.
You know, that's like what I tell Tino and other guys at the shop, not just our shop, other shops, to where if you guys had to go back to a Fenderstone pump head, which were so sensitive, most of the guys wouldn't be hopping because you had to be on your game on a switch.
Right.
You were trying to fit the most coil in your car
Yeah.
and with the most power, batteries, pump it, and you know, like I said, you drive hundreds of miles and you're done.
Yeah.
You know, to me, the best switchman in the game, you know, even though he's a competitor, is Dave Marquez.
Yeah.
Dave Marquez, you could see him over there in the old days with Fender Stones, catching it right there at the top, making that car bounce with no
Yeah.
movement. You know,
Right.
making the car do its numbers,
Yeah.
but setting records.
Right.
That's why I said back then they had to take the switchman.
Yeah.
You know, and some people nowadays they talk about, "Oh, it's not his car. He's hitting a switch." When you're out there, you want to win.
Yeah.
So
What is your idea?
everybody in the
People don't
team
know.
has their part.
People say, "Oh, hop your switch, hit your own switch."
Right.
Me personally, even Tino called me out. Hit your switch.
Right.
Fuck you. I'm talking shit. I don't know how to hit a switch. He's gonna hit it because I know he's gonna win.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be in Tino's ear talking shit, but people give him more props because he's hitting the switch.
Well,
How do you feel about that?
You know, to me, yeah.
'Cause you built
Tino
your car.
himself. I was just talking about Tino to a friend of mine yesterday. I got
Yeah.
a text about it saying when Tino came to Hop Shop, he was good, real good.
Yeah.
I go, but what set him on top now, he's the top hopper in Northern California,
no.
if not Southern.
It's hard to fuck with.
And
Yeah.
the game is he can work on his own shit. hit his own switch.
Yes.
You know, and Daniel got him over to make him the superstar
Yeah.
in my eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and it takes you.
It doesn't. It
You're
takes
not going to find somebody unless it's Michael Jackson that taught themselves and did everything on their game. But Tino came to us already hitting.
Yeah.
When he first brought this car to the shop, Daniel didn't even know how to hit the switch.
Yeah.
Daniel goes, "Hey, Dad, can you hop this guy's car so we can see what's wrong with it?"
Yeah.
I hopped his car. It was almost there to the bumper.
Yeah.
It was close. Tino said himself, he goes, "I never seen my car do that."
Yeah. Amazing.
So he already had built the car.
Yes.
He
You
just
did that.
he just had
Yeah.
to fine tune it, and that's what Daniel did, fine tune
Right.
the car.
Right.
And then Tino eventually got the experience on a switch, and so did Daniel.
Yeah.
But the way to get the experience on a switch, you got to go through not being afraid to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And you're going to fuck shit up.
Right.
It's going to happen.
And it's going to cost money.
Yeah, it's money.
A lot of money that people don't see. So now to relate back on that question, after all that money spent and fucking up and blowing fenders and breaking shit, why do you still lowride? Why do you?
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun of it. It's not for the what do you say? It's all competition.
Competition.
You know, it's like anybody in the game. An ex-boxer wants to come back and box again.
Yeah.
You just ain't got the tools no more. You're
Right.
getting older. And that's why I want to come out with the dancer. I'm getting older. I've learned a little bit more
Yeah.
in my eyes. You know, I might come out and flop.
Yeah.
But when I come out, I'd like to see other people join in.
Right.
You know, I know at the King of the Streets, they already said, you know, they got money for the hop, but there's no money for dancing because there's no dancers.
Yeah.
And so eventually by coming out and maybe inspiring somebody else to do it, then eventually they'll build a
Yeah.
class. But even come in August, hopefully, knock on wood, I have my El Camino done. Somebody else is there to show up. Well, you want to put, you know, 300, 500
On the
up.
side, let's do
Yeah.
it. And that's what Henry, the homie Henry, was talking about for Switched Up Hydraulics. He was saying too, if we just started and get it back, hopefully the OGs will come. If not the OGs, then we could, like I said, spark it to where.
Well, I like to see Markowitz come back, the Lugo brothers,
Yeah.
you know, come back. They were
Yeah.
top of the game in car
Right.
dancing. You
That's
know,
all I've
Bill,
ever heard. Well, yeah.
you know, like to bring everybody back and start
Yeah.
doing it again.
I'm down with that. That'd be cool to start dancing. I mean, I always wanted to dance for myself too. So, you know, what to end this on a greater note? You know, we got a lot of history about you. We need some more history. We might, you know, get you back on with Pauly again to kick some, shoot some shit up. But what positive information, positive advice you can give to the next generation that's coming up that wants to be the king of the hop game? Because you're that generation that's been there, done that. There's always that next generation who's going to be that Michael Jordan of the hop game. What could you give them some advice coming from an OG?
You know, what do you call, if you want to come out and be a superstar, it's going to take work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to work at it. You can't give up. You can't buy your way.
Right.
You know, because you see that a lot nowadays to where people want to buy it. Well, I'll just pay you to build me this.
Yep.
And, you know, in my eyes, you can't do it. You got to earn it.
Yep.
You know, you got to be willing to get dirty, put in the long nights.
Yeah.
And, you know, in the long run, the ones that sometimes sacrifice is like Daniel, I had him in the window watching.
Yes.
Now, knowing how much he loves the game and
Yeah.
being in it, I should have had him out there with me.
Right.
You know, instead of just taking him to a couple of car shows,
Yeah.
I should have had him out there, hand me this wrench, do
Right.
this. Take
Learning
that
a
out.
little bit.
Yeah. So spend more family time on the youngsters
Yeah.
involved in your hobby
Yeah.
that you're having.
Like a mentor.
Yeah,
Say-
mentor your own son and your daughter.
Yeah.
You know,
Or even the homie like Tino, like me, myself, like I had a mentor and he told me, hey, you know, come learn. You want to learn? Come.
Yeah.
Come. Or, you know, I'll feed you, but you're going to learn.
Yeah.
And
but you got to put in that hard
put in
work.
that hard work. So, guys, put in that hard work. And youngsters out there, don't be scared to talk to the OGs respectfully and just ask them, hey, man, you know, what could it take to be like you? And you might get some game, or you just might say, hey, here's a switch and learn yourself.
You know, any advice is good advice as far as you can learn from it.
Yeah.
You know.
So take this from the successful man. His son has a successful shop. He's broken world records and he's been big in the hop game. So coming from him, there's hope out there, guys. And feel free to spend some money and learn how to hit your switch. Just don't hit the switch with me because I won't. Have a good one. See you on the next podcast, man. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Peace out.
Peace out.